So, hello, Brenda.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see your pretty face.
Well, good to see yours too.
Thank you. So, I just want to start this awesome webinar. I've been wanting to do this with you for so long. I know we've had you into the spa and you've done some talks in the spa, but how cool is it to do this virtually?
I mean, we're forced to, aren't we?
We are forced to, that's
In
correct.
this day and time, but I think it's wonderful. I think this is a great way to get information out,
Yeah, definitely. I think we
especially
all
right
have to
now.
get used to this, right? This is the
We're
new.
all under stress right now and climbing the walls, as so to speak.
Exactly.
Be interesting for us.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, I'm Caroline Austin. I'm the founder of Love Glow Studio, and Brenda Swartz is the founder of Body Dynamics. I've actually known Brenda for, at least 15 years. I met Brenda in a spa that I was the operations director for many, many moons ago and learned about her products and loved them. So I've been a big fan for years, but tell everybody what your background is.
Okay, well, I started actually back in 19, this is a bit of a story, but you'll kind of get an idea how this all started. Back in 1973, I was working and going to school. I got really sick and I went to the doctor and they go, "Oh, it's all in your mind. It's psychosomatic." And I'm going, "Okay, I've got to work and go to school." I stumbled into a little health food store. There were three gals running that store, and I think they were witches. They had all of these herbs on the wall, and they said, "Oh, you need to read books by Bernard Jensen." And so I began to read these books, and everything he said in the book, they had an herb that I could purchase and make my own capsules. So literally, I started to get well, and all I know is that my stomach didn't hurt anymore. I didn't have the issues that I'd had. Fast forward 10 years after this, I opened up an aerobic studio. My degree was in exercise phys. So one day there was a little gal in there in my studio and she goes, "Brenda, what do you take?" And I said, "Well, here." I had my little baggie of my capsules. Here, try this. Never thought I would hear another word from her. A week and a half later, she comes in dragging her entire family. They all wanted it. And that's when I went to a manufacturer, and the very first product we made that in 1984. And that was the first product was Mega Wellness Cleanse. So anyway, that's how I got started. And I had that aerobic studio. So everybody that came to the studio, most people are tired all the time. They don't have energy. The last thing they want to do is exercise. So I realized that if once people began to get onto these herbs and vitamins, energy, and they would keep exercising, and I was able to continue. So that's kind of how it started. And then it's just been now 36 years of going, great guns. And here we are today.
Yeah, that is amazing. So, of course, many of our clients absolutely love your body firmer lotion. That neroli oil is a huge hit. People get addicted to it. And of course, we were thrilled when you added CBD to it. It's probably one of our top sellers in the spa. So, but really, I don't want to talk about body firmer today, even though we talk so much about skin and our bodies. Obviously, what goes on the inside is super important. It's as probably more important than what's going on the outside. So the one thing I really want to talk about today is many of us obviously want to know, what can we do about all this anxiety and stress during this uncertain time? Anxiety disorders are the #1 mental health illness in the US. It affects 40 million adults, and yet only 36.9% of those suffering receive treatment. And I know that we were talking earlier and you said that, unfortunately, because we're all homebound, they're expecting the suicide rate to go up. So I just think that you are just of dealing with these issues, and I know that you have some really awesome, natural, easy solutions to this. So tell us about your products that help with that.
Okay, well, CBD, this is a big, big thing now. It had been studied back in the 80s. They realized that we have it's called a cannabinoid system in our bodies, and our bodies actually make cannabinoids, endocannabinoid system. And it's what these cannabinoids do is bring your body back to homeostasis. These are embedded in your cell receptors, okay, in your lungs, in your digestive system, your immune system, kidneys, and other organs, okay? So what happens is over time, our bodies don't create enough cannabinoids to take care of the demand. And that's because of aging, that's because of toxins in our environment. Those are the two biggest reasons. So this is why you need exocannabinoids. That's what CBD is. When you yes.
I had no idea that our bodies actually made that.
They actually make it, but over time, that gets burned out. It burns out. And when that happens, brain fog, memory loss, inflammation runs rampant. And that ends up with heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, cancer. All of that is tied to our cannabinoid system. So now it's never just one thing, Caroline. You know, in addition to taking CBD, you will notice that it's important, and I think everybody already knows this, you've got to exercise, you have to eat right. And eating right, it's whole food, not too much, mostly plants. That's kind of, if we will stick to that rule, stress, you know, this especially right now, being up, we're under stress, but on the other hand, unless we're worried about our livelihood, we have time. That's something we didn't have before. So if we're lucky enough to still be able to work from home and not have to worry about our livelihood, then now's the time to really work on all the things that you weren't able to do when you were working.
Exactly.
You can go run around the block.
You have enough time, right?
Exactly. You've got time.
I can totally relate to the brain fog issue. You know, we jokingly moms say that we have mom brain, but I mean, that's a real thing. And my kids make fun of me because they're so used to asking me a question and I'm like doing 10 things at one time. And then I go, when I start to answer. And so they started like imitating me, which is not cool, but it is really a thing that, you know, of course we all know this, we get older, we just aren't as sharp as we were.
Exactly. And you don't have to. You know, the thing is that you can really, I really believe this. I think you can age very gracefully and you can be vibrant at any age. There's two things you have to do. You have to supply the body with the nutrients that it needs to facilitate itself. And at the same time, and this is really key, because the reason we lose our cannabinoid system, why that doesn't work, is from environmental toxins. Mm-hmm. Okay, now this is really scary, and I really want to impact anybody that's listening to know this, because most people don't realize 2 billion tons of toxins are dumped into our environment every year, and it's getting worse all the time. So we are drinking them, we're eating them, we're absorbing them through our skin. So the only way that of course, we cannot control what the powers that be are going to dump into our environment. We can't control that, because why? Mm-hmm. Is there money to be made by cleaning up the environment?
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, no. In fact, they make more money the more they don't have to regulate anything. So we can't control them. All we can control is from here down. Right. And that's where you have to be your own doctor to a degree. Mm-hmm. Doctors mean well, but most of them are not versed in nutrition. So I'm not here to tell you what to do with your health or anybody else, but I do know that from years of myself being the guinea pig, as I am pickled in these herbs, and then what I've seen with others, it's amazing the transition it can make in your life. So, and you can protect yourself from all these toxins and keep your cannabinoid system intact.
Yeah, so not to digress from the CBD, because we know how awesome that is. I mean, we can't keep it on the shelf. When you're talking about toxins, you know, ever since I started using your Mega Cleanse supplement 15 years ago, I preach this to our clients a lot, because I feel like I explain to them, it's like giving your body a tune-up. You know, you're taking in all these toxins, your liver can't keep up, it's, you know, overtaxed. Why, you know, we tune up our cars, why wouldn't we tune up our bodies, right?
Exactly. And the Mega Cleansers, you probably know this, but you're whoever's listening, I want you guys to know there's like 30 different herbs in this that heal and cleanse your liver, your kidneys, your colon. Now, it's very gentle though. And a lot of people are afraid of cleansing.
Right.
They're afraid that, oh my God, am I going to have to take my porta potty with me? You know, I have an accident while I'm at the grocery store, and it's very gentle. And I got to tell you this story. There was a gal that had written to me. She goes, I have got a son who's been bedridden for 10 years with ulcerative colitis.
Oh gosh.
She goes, I found your Mega Cleanse. She bought it at a health food store in New Mexico. She called the 800 number. She goes, what do you think about giving this to my son? The poor kid had been sick and could not do anything. So I said, look, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your child. I said, but if it was mine, try it. She gave him the Mega Wellness Cleanse and the Total Digestion Probiotic. That kid in 6 weeks was off his medication and was up and about on with a normal life. Also, there was amazingly, I do these seminars all over the world now, country anyway, and going to be doing it all over the world. But there was a gal that sat through one of my seminars, and this is talking about depression. She literally shook for 2 hours. So after it was over with, she always let people come over to talk to me about, about their own personal problems and what can they do. She had been on a depression med, and that's something I want to talk about too today, because I've had so many people on Prozac or various other depression medications that they have side effects from, and it makes them more depressed. She said, I'm trying to get off of this medication, and I can't get off it. It was making her suicidal. We got her on the Mega Cleanse, which started to clean out all those toxins, the CBD, and then curcumin. I want to talk about that too a little bit. And also a product that I've got called Dynamic Energy, which is there's 14 herbs in that address all kinds of issues regarding inflammation, Eleuthero root, for instance, for your adrenals, rhodiola rosea. Now get a load of this. It's a natural Prozac. It's a mood elevator. She threw that stuff out the door. She wrote me a letter later. I'm going to email all this stuff to you guys so you can email it to all the people listening. She literally got off that medication that night, and she said, I can't believe it. She felt so good. So you can, it's amazing what these herbs can do. And people just aren't aware. That's all, which is why we're doing this webinar.
And I think that a lot of people don't realize how simple the solution can be. They think
Absolutely.
that you need to be doing a lot of different things, and not that one supplement is going to fix all your problems, but I think the toxic level, the level of toxins inside of us, most people aren't aware of that. They don't understand how that contributes to all these issues. And just cleaning that out, can make a big difference. I mean, when you told me a couple years ago that you had received some testimonials from people saying that the Mega Cleanse had helped get rid of the cystic acne, my ears perked up, because obviously we get a lot of clients that have cystic acne, and it can be a real pain in the bum to try to fix that, because there's, it's an internal thing. It's usually hormones and so many different things. So it just is amazing to me how, your product cleanses all 6 body systems, whereas most everything else out there, these cleanses, that people go on, I just kind of roll my eyes when I hear like a friend saying, I'm doing a juice cleanse for 7 days. I'm like, okay, give yourself diarrhea for 7 days if you have to, if you think that's going to help. It just boggles my mind why they're so afraid to take this supplement that's gentle and really does totally clean your body out gently, without those issues. I've had one person in 15 years get diarrhea from Mega Cleanse. One person. I don't even think they were taking it correctly.
Right. Well, what happens is the more toxins you've got in your system, the more you're going to have what we call a healing reaction. And the herbs were not causing the diarrhea. It was all of the toxins that her body was trying to get rid of.
Right.
What these herbs do, so you kind of understand how it works, they leach out the toxins that have been embedded into your tissues for years We're talking about from the time you're born, and that's what people don't realize.
Mhm.
In the womb, you are collecting toxins from your mother. So we're born with toxins in our system. The longer you live on the planet, the more toxins you have absorbed. And those toxins are what inhibit absorption of like cannabinoids or other nutrients. Here's the other thing that I want to make you aware of, and you know already, but everyone that's on with us today, is that you could take tons of vitamins, but if you can't absorb them, because, and this is gross, but we need to talk about it, what ends up happening over years from foods that, think of dairy. You've got all of the toxins that are in the food, the preservatives and additives and colors, etc. You get a nice little mucus glue that sticks on the lining of your colon. Now, this is gross. You don't get rid of it. It stays there. What you eliminate slides right past this mucus glue. Now, here's what's gross. Now you get some parasites growing in this mucus glue, and they're living and dying.
Yeah.
Your bowel is absorbing this back into the bloodstream, so no wonder you feel lethargic.
Exactly.
You don't remember anything. So once you clean that out, and like you say, nobody wants to go through a hardcore detox. It's over time. You just get better and better and better. I mean, I've been on it for 35 years every day. I feel like $1 million. I'm old.
You look amazing. You look amazing.
Well, thank you. But I tell you, I know. I mean, I feel evangelical. I don't care. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I know what I've done. It's worked so well for so many people that I know, you being one of them. Us going back so far. I mean, even Marie Reyes still takes it, from years ago, who you know. And many.
I had Kelly Raspberry on it. I put Kelly Raspberry on it. She had so many issues going on, and yeah, so it's a great.
All that's going to help. Back to the CBD. That's what's going to help you absorb your CBD.
Yeah. So the key is to clean out those toxins, address that. With the cleanse, I find with the people that get on Mega Cleanse, it takes them about 2 months to clean those old meals off the colon and
right
to a more normal place. And I tell them, I mean, it's kind of yucky and graphic, but I say, you need to be pooping 2 to 3 times a day. It's going to be a little bit that's getting rid of those extra meals on your colon wall, and then you're good to go. Your system has been kind of updated.
They'll feel so much better. They'll feel so much better. It's evident in the whites of your eyes. I mean, you just look better. And, especially in our business, and especially when I had the aerobic studio, you've got the studio that you have. And the main reason women approach us is because they want to look better. They want pretty skin.
Yes.
All that starts internally. And that's the first step towards real beauty.
Right.
To provide your body with the nutrients and get rid of the toxins.
Okay, so let's go back to anxiety and depression. So CBD is obviously the big one. And then you mentioned the curcumin. Let's talk about the curcumin.
Okay, curcumin there's like 800 medical studies on curcumin. And what they're finding out about curcumin is that it stimulates a molecule in the brain that actually helps to cleanse the brain. And because it can break the blood-brain barrier, it gets rid of amyloid plaque, literally dissolves amyloid plaque in the brain. Alzheimer's.
Oh, wow.
Inflammation, chronic inflammation. It gets rid of chronic inflammation, which causes heart disease, cancer.
The root of all evil.
Yes, I mean, it's truly a miracle. It's a miracle. It really is. And of course, the drug companies aren't real keen on this information getting out because they can't monopolize it. But it truly makes a huge difference. I mean, in your cortisol drops big time when you take plenty of curcumin. They've done studies. Now, I've got to tell you this one. This is truly interesting on curcumin. They did a study where they gave 30 people Prozac. The other 30, they gave 1,000 milligrams of curcumin. The 30 people that were on curcumin did as well with depression as the Prozac people without the side effects. because with Prozac, you're going to have weight gain, sexual dysfunction, and other things.
That's amazing.
Curcumin is now not only elevating your mood and your heart, your brain. Not only that, here's another wonderful thing about it. It is a strong, strong antioxidant. So it protects your cells from oxidation, which protects you from aging too fast. So that's imperative. That is imperative. If we want to look good, we've got to protect ourselves from the oxidation.
Right.
Those are the reasons why you would want to take it. I mean, it stimulates the level of brain-derived nootropic factor, which in turn, that hormone is what keeps you from being depressed.
Okay, got it.
Many benefits to curcumin.
Yeah. And then, you know, my favorite that I've had forever, I have it sitting here, is the dynamic energy and focus. Can you talk a little bit about that?
The main ingredient in that is the rhodiola rosea, which is like a natural mood elevator. You know, I created that back in the day, you know, when I had an aerobic studio. It was imperative that these people, you know, everyone's gung-ho to start exercising. But after maybe a couple of months, they start going, they start finding other things to do, or they get out of the routine, and I would lose them. And I myself, being that I was teaching so many classes, this is why I started looking into herbs that would give me energy. So we put together the dynamic energy, which has like the rhodiola rosea, which of course, mood elevator. So now you're getting ready to exercise. You're going, oh, I don't feel like doing it. Take your dynamic energy. Literally 30 minutes later, you're going, okay, I feel great.
It's so true.
You're in a good mood. The thero root is in that for the adrenals. There's many other, or maca, that is just raises your level of just how you feel from down here to up here. Altogether, there's 14 things in the dynamic energy that slow down aging, that elevate your mood, that protect your heart during exercise, protect you from oxidation during exercise, because that's when you're creating more free radicals. So it's when you take these things together on a daily basis and you give it time and you incorporate the other things that we need to do, you know, the sleeping, get plenty of sleep, eat correctly, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, all those goodies. You be a changed person.
I have a story of being in LA for my 40th birthday several years ago, and one of my girlfriends had had a little bit too much to drink the night before. So we were out the next day. She was dragging. And I said, wait, I think I have something. And I got in my purse and I dug through it and I found some dynamic energy. And she says, what is this? And she's a dermatologist. I said, just take it. She says, well, what is this? What is this going to do to me? I said, just take it. It's going to give you some energy. So she took it and she was so skeptical. And 30 minutes later, she said, oh my gosh, I feel amazing. What is in that? She said, I need to know what's in that. I said, well, okay. So I started reading the herbs to her. Of course, she didn't know what any of the herbs were. She's like, I got to get some of that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, every mom on this planet needs to take this at 2 o'clock every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it'll help you actually get off of caffeine. You know, caffeine you get a good buzz on caffeine, but it drops you. You know, this is just steady energy all day long. And a lot of people do have that drop at about 2 o'clock, like you're talking about, and that will get you through it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I've used these products for, like I said, over 15 years, and I know you have a huge stack of testimonies from people writing you and telling you how amazing your products are. So I just thank you for your knowledge and putting this out there. And I'm so blessed that I've known you for so long, you know, and
I've always adored you. I've always you're precious. And I'm just happy that we've been friends for all this time. And
yeah. Well, so we have an awesome special we're doing today for everyone listening. We're offering 20% off if they order any of the products. And then they're also going to get the free lip treatment. Of course, we haven't talked about any of your skincare stuff, which we'll get into in our next webinar that we do. But she has this lip treatment that I'm like addicted to. I'm constantly putting it on my lips. I absolutely love it. So it's going to be super easy to order. You just have to send us a text to the spa, and or you can send me an email as well, and that's just Caroline at Love Glow Beauty, and I'm happy to reach out and get your payment information. But I want to see if anyone has any questions, because you are such a wealth of information. Dr. Haddock.
I finally figured out. Can you hear me now? I finally figured out how to unmute it.
I can see you. I couldn't see you.
Hi, Brenda. Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm hanging in there like everybody else. I appreciate all your good knowledge, and I want you to know I started all your products, and I did the Mega Cleanse and the Extra, and did great. And I fell off the wagon, I will admit. I am back on, and wanted to say real quick, I have a quick question for you, but I wanted to say real quick, you know, in time of COVID right now with all the craziness, New England Journal of Medicine just put out a great article on functional vitamins that are not going to prevent you from getting coronavirus, but may help prevent the severe cytokine response, which is what's killing people.
Right.
And it listed a lot of good vitamins and a lot of our herbs and antioxidants, which I think go along with what you're doing and what you have. Is I was looking at your products too. So I think your products actually are a big part of that also. And simple vitamins like vitamin D and vitamin C and zinc, and they were talking about melatonin. It's a great article. New England Journal of Medicine has it. They're making it free to a lot of people. So if anybody wants it, I think that's a great thing to look at it. But definitely your products are awesome and involved in that, you know, for all of us too.
Absolutely. You're right on that. The D, the C, the zinc.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am not a doctor like you, but I have recognized the benefits of that to the immune system. And when you add it to the other things, and with the Mega Cleanse, it helps you to absorb those so much more efficiently. May not totally prevent COVID-19 or cure it, but it would build your immune system up.
Exactly.
Like to, as you said, to help us maybe, you know, get away without catching it. Easily.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and that's what our hope is, or if anything, to not have the severe sequelae that's happening. And that's what people are afraid of, because the actual coronavirus is not going to do that bad. It's just the cytokine response, the body's response to inflammation. So, but my question for you is, this is simple. What are our doses for CBD? What are your doses for Mega Cleanse? I've started low and I need to know.
All right. So on CBD, I have a couple of doctors actually that do sell it.
Yes.
The one fellow that I was talking to, he said, Brenda, he said, I recommend that my clients take 40 to 80 milligrams or 120 milligrams of it a day. So 40 to 120, depending on their circumstances. I personally have been taking 4, that would be 80 milligrams every evening. And I will tell you, I take it before bed. I sleep like a rock.
That's what I've heard. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's wonderful. And the key, like with the one I've got is, you know, we third-party test it. This is something I didn't mention earlier. We third-party test it. There's a lot of CBD on the market. Mm-hmm. They first got it, made it legal. Everybody and their mother jumped into it. Some of it wasn't as good as it could be. So this is why our source is a whole food. It's the whole plant, CBD. Then I also third-party test that for purity. To make sure that there are exactly 20 milligrams in each little gel cap, and instead of maybe 10, or maybe there, you know, there's, you want to make sure. So I have third party tested that. So that's the answer to that. I've personally been doing 80. Now, regarding the Mega Cleanse, I've got some information I have emailed to Caroline that is very detailed about dosing and how to start it. And in a nutshell, let me just say this regarding the Mega Cleanse and the Mega Cleanse Extra and the Thera. We didn't really get into those, but you start slowly and build up gradually. So everybody is different. So what I would tell anybody is to start with 1 or 2 Mega Cleanse per day with food for 3 or 4 days, then go to maybe 3 caplets for 3 or 4 days. And those 3 or 4 days are arbitrary. That could be 5 or 6 days. You have to listen to your body. You gradually build up to bowel tolerance. If you are, because you are cleansing all these toxins and you do get diarrhea, then that means you're cleansing too quickly. So you would want to back off to less caplets. and you just inch your way towards tissue cleansing gradually and slowly.
Brenda, almost always our clients end up with constipation, and we have to introduce the Mega Cleanse Extra.
Yes, I'm so glad you asked me that as to why.
That's very important.
Very important. And I know I've got this. This is the Mega Cleanse Wellness. Then there's the Mega Cleanse Extra. So many times I have people go, well, why do I need the extra? Well, if I'm taking the Mega Wellness, okay, let me explain real quickly. This is going to clean all 6 channels of elimination: liver, kidneys, colon, lymph system, lungs, skin. The extra is very simply extra help for liver and colon, because those are the dirtiest organs. Now, why? People will go, well, why am I getting constipated? I thought I would be going like a rabbit. What's happening here? I'm not loose. Okay, so what happens is, this is what people don't realize. You have got a 6-foot-long colon. Up on that 6-foot-long colon, you have collected as much as an inch thick of mucoid plaque that is hard as truck tire rubber. Now imagine that. You've got a 6-foot-long colon. You've got this much stuff built up on the sides. The Mega Cleanse starts to flake that hard stuff off, and as it nears the exit, you assume you're constipated, but that's not it at all. You're simply getting rid of that mucoid plaque, which is very hard. So in order to expedite that, you would add the Mega Cleanse Extra, which helps your body push that waste through. And once you get all that out, it never has to build up again, because you can take the Mega Cleanse indefinitely. Like I said, I've been on that for 36 years now, every single day. I'm married to a man. When I met him, he was constipated. Hey, he married me because he knew he'd lose his supply. Husband, they can't go to the bathroom. Now he can. It's like, I got to keep this gal. But seriously, it's a kind of thing that you can take all the time. And what you'll derive from it, I find one gal put it to me this way. She goes, I don't know what it is about this, but it makes me want to eat right. So I find that people are able to adhere to a healthier diet because they just don't want the junk anymore. Mm-hmm. About it just makes you go, ooh, you smell the fries that you used to love, and the smell of it just makes you want to run the opposite direction. You certainly aren't going to go through the drive-thru again. So that's it. That's another benefit of it.
That's awesome, Brenda. No.
Okay, there you are, my dear.
Thank you. Sorry. No, that's awesome. And I do want to let you know, I've already bought 3 bottles of your CBD. I'm giving 2 of them to 2 of my fellow physicians downtown who, of course, we're all dealing with lots of the stress and stuff too. And so I've already talked to them about getting on it. And you're the only one that I would recommend for CBD oil. I agree with you. There's a lot out there that's a lot unsure. And that's when I tell everybody, you get it from you. Absolutely.
You're so sweet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you.
I've got to give you a bottle of my Curcumax Plus. You're going to go absolutely nuts over that.
That'd be good. Oh, yeah.
Girl, when you put that together with the CBD and the dynamic energy, you'll be jumping over the roof.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda.
Your skin is beautiful, by the way.
It's glowing. Well, you said it right, too. Unfortunately, at this time, we're all forced to slow down. And I'm definitely exercising more. I'm getting more than enough sleep, which, the stress reduction and sleep is what's also going to help our immune system during this time. So Absolutely. It's one of the things that, this is definitely the time to do all this. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Brenda, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out. And I think that the next time we get together, we're going to do a happy hour, right?
Okay, let's talk about herbs and spices.
That'll be fun. I miss my happy hours with you.
Yeah, that would be fun. Absolutely.
And just to let everyone know, so to place an order, you can just text us at 469-518-8195. That's 469-518-8195. Again, you get 20% off if you place an order with us for any of these products. And then options for, you can come by the spa and pick it up. We actually leave it at the bottom of the stairs. We will even take it out to your car. If you're within a 10-mile radius of the spa, we will bring it by your house as well. So there's options. Just, get with us and let us know what you want to do, because we definitely want to get these products in your hands quickly. And the turnaround time is super quick since Brenda is local.
Absolutely. And I want to say this, if anybody has a question, all you have to do is call me. I'll be happy to help you anyway. Anybody that knows Caroline, any friend of Caroline's a friend of mine. Please call me with any questions. I'll be happy to do it. And Caroline can give you that information if you do want to call me.
Definitely, definitely. I have a lot of experience with these products, so I'm used to getting lots of different questions, and I've kind of heard it all over the years about people taking the Mega Cleanse. So happy
Wonderful.
to help. Want everybody to be safe and well and make the most of this time at home. So thank you everyone for coming, and hope to see you very, very, very soon in the spa. So have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.